Welcome to Pro Se Lawsuit Center. I'm Coach Neighbors, and today we're highlighting one of our newest products that is got 3 victories. Oh yes, the Rico Foreclosure Eviction Defense Lawsuit Package. Okay, guys, let's just take it from the top. Have you ever? Okay, we'll put it this way. Have you ever had a friend? We'll put it that way. You ever had a friend get home from work and see that note the sheriff left on the door? Have you ever had a friend have that sick feeling that the court ordered the sheriff to take you home? This message is for you. This message. If that was you or your friend, this message for both of y'all. Maybe you just got home and immediately saw the notice that the sheriff left to vacate your property before the sheriff returns, like Henry. What if I told you the entire eviction process collapses the moment you jam Rico in their face? Just think about it. We already know that what they're doing is illegal. That's right, filing one document in the courtroom freezes the whole thing. This is not theory. This is not theory. This is what happened in Henry Jones' case. This is what happened in Nikki's case in New York. The defendants could not answer. They could only file proof of service. You guys see the thumbnail for this package. That's Henry's there. They could not answer. That's when we knew we hit something powerful. Every foreclosure eviction in state court is processed through an administrative system that operates outside of constitutional law. They use codes and statutes that lack enacting clauses, titles, and bodies, the 3 elements that the Constitution mandates must be present for something to be a valid law. Without those, their so-called laws are just policies. When you show up with federal law, they can't fight back. They can't respond. And that's why this lawsuit stops them cold. Bam! The Rico Foreclosure Eviction Defense lawsuit shifts the battle out of state court over to federal protection. And we do that real simple. We stop the state court process by adding the state court players. We add the parties to their own action as plaintiffs to the counterclaim. The $200 million counterclaim that you're going to file, if they file a case against you already, you just come in with the counterclaim, $200 million, $500, whatever you want to put in there, add the parties to it, and now you just added them to their own case. And this lawsuit uses 18 U.S.C. Section 1962, the RICO Act, and 42 U.S.C. 1983, the Civil Rights Act, to hold judges, attorneys, and state agencies responsible, accountable for fraud, concealment, fraudulent concealment, and due process violations. There's a lot of fraud in there. Once the federal question is raised, the state jurisdiction ends immediately. That's when their orders, their judgments, their entire case becomes void. And here's how this works. You take their foreclosure eviction petition and turn it against them. You add the state, the judge, the foreclosure attorney, the buyers directly to your counterclaim and file in their case without filing fees, without having to serve the parties, without having to ask them for anything. Once they're named as parties, they can't litigate a case that they're party to. Oh, I wonder why the attorney didn't tell you that. Oh, the judges must recuse themselves. Judges must recuse themselves. Attorneys lose standing. The courtroom locks itself down through conflict of interest. In Henry Jones' case, once his filings hit the docket, the entire process froze. The defendants could not respond because federal authority overpowered the local statutes and codes. The only move left was to file proof of service and go silent and sit their happy butt down. That silence is your victory. It's the sound of jurisdiction. It's the sound of the beginning of ordering them to deliver your deed, like the state transfer of property laws or they're supposed to deliver your deed to your house. They didn't. And that's why they're able to do all this stuff. The RICO lawsuit creates two unstoppable forces. First, it puts every actor under racketeering exposure for personal liability and property seizures. And that's what the notice of preservation document is for, to implement the property seizures. Second, it creates federal supremacy conflict. The court can't continue because it would violate the Constitution. Together, this double threat forces the judge and attorneys to back down. They either recuse or risk losing everything. Now, I designed this package from real-time feedback. We designed it from real-time feedback from fighters in the ring and that been in the ring for a minute. We watched sheriffs cancel evictions, judges step down. We watched the court stall and pass the RICO around like it was a hot potato. We watched the court stall out because they could not respond to the RICO lawsuit. The RICO filing combined with a judicial notice of fraudulent conveyance that's formatted like a document to file in your court, and a judicial notice of lis pendens that's also formatted with your case number and everything on it, like a document to file in court. And since these are judicial notices, they do not require the court to take any action, so there's no need for the opposing parties to try to argue it or whatever. This places you and the number one lien holder spot because your fraudulent conveyance is challenging the shuffling of paperwork and theft of your property. We deploy these together and they tap out. This isn't theory. This isn't theory class. It's a weapon. Inside this weapon, you're going to get inside this $300 lawsuit package weapon. You'll receive the verified RICO complaint for illegal eviction process that you can file in federal court. You will also receive the verified counterclaim, which is the same thing except it's headed for state. It's the heading is for state court. You file that in state court to jam up their process. And then you also have a demand to dismiss for defective pleadings. You can file that in state court to finish jamming up their process. And a temporary restraining order and injunction. Demanding that they step down and release your property. And we need to add in there that they deliver your deed. You need to add in there that they deliver your deed. And then, like I said, you'll get the notice of fraudulent conveyance and the notice of the judicial notice of fraudulent conveyance and judicial notice of lis pendens. There's everything you need to stop the eviction before it happens. I would just send it to them. If I thought I was going to be in the eviction, I'd put it together, personalize it. All you got to do is just put your information in, your name, your address. Everybody's stuff is the same because they're violating your due process with their administrative BS. We don't argue the what. We added, we address the why. Because you can argue what all day, but if you don't get to why they're able to do what they're doing, you see where that what goes to what's down there. Up here at the gate is the why. Why they're able to do this stuff. Because we're letting them drag you out. Okay, so this is for homeowners facing evictions. The foreclosure eviction process is for families facing the foreclosure eviction process. This is for families fighting foreclosure fraud. This is for pro se fighters that want to use the Constitution to help people. This is for legal coaches who want more power. This is for business entrepreneurs, property management companies that need to have their own legal team trained. This is for anyone trapped in the administrative courts that never had jurisdiction to rule in the first place. This is for people protecting their grandmother's property. We got 3 people in the program protecting their grandmother's property. Stop playing defense. Stop. It's time to go on offense. It's time to get the punching power that you need to make these people get out your face. The RICO foreclosure eviction defense lawsuit puts you in control. Ask Henry. Go to the YouTube channel. And search for Henry. Just put in Henry name. You'll see his 4 or 5 videos. And Nikki, she stopped them last Thursday. I haven't got my video from Nikki yet. Okay, but she stopped them last Thursday in New York. And we got a couple of people. We got Dr. C in California. So, we got some more people. And everybody using the same thing. Everybody's using the same thing. And the real-time feedback is just that jack. And so if they try some slick stuff, we're going to find out in the real-time feedback. We'll have the changes put in the coaching group at neighbors_coach. That's where you go to get the fire that you need after you get the fire that you need. I got to work on that one. So when you file your federal lawsuit into their process, their entire process freezes. They can't rule. You do this when you stick the counterclaim in their face. They're jacked. They can't enforce. The judge can't rule on his own. They can't move forward. See, this is the check down change in the non-conventional. In their program, it's all about all this stuff. In our program, we're just trying to stop them. We ain't trying to win. We ain't trying to argue nothing except the fraud and the crap that they're, and we ain't even arguing it. Okay, we don't have to argue. When you have the facts, Jack, that's that. There ain't no arguing. This your moment. Stop letting them bully you with fake authority because they don't have authority to be doing shit. I'm just saying. For just $300, you can file the same federal lawsuit and state stuff that Henry used to back the state off of his property. After the sheriff left the notice that he needed to pack his shit. And Nikki up in New York, she just got done last Thursday, and the attorneys didn't show up. And Nikki, you need to do your demand for default judgment. And they talking about it got adjourned until December or something. No, there's no adjourned. I guarantee you, Nikki, if your ass hadn't showed up, they wouldn't have gave you another chance. You know I'm right. Oh, we got the power over here that's making a difference. So go to winningcourtnow.com, make your investment. Download the RICO Foreclosure Eviction Defense Lawsuit Package, and then go to Pro Se Lawsuit Center and watch the video, the instructional video. That's in the instructional video playlist. And stop your eviction before it even happens. Stop your eviction before they even knock on the door. Yeah, I'm talking trash right now, but it's getting done. Okay, people who act now are the ones who take jurisdiction. Don't wait for the sheriff notice. Take your power back today. Go to winningcourtnow.com and get the RICO Foreclosure Eviction Defense Lawsuit right now. Right now. Okay? Y'all think I'm playing? And we're going to go look at it right now. I'm going to take y'all right over there. I think. Oh, yeah, there it is. Bam. This is the fire they real grumpy about right now. The RICO Foreclosure Eviction Defense Lawsuit Package. So we got 2 wins, and we got a third one, and then we got Kendrick, and he's we might have 4 or 5 for months over with. Oh. Yeah, right there. This is some of the stuff Henry files: emergency motion, then our counterclaim, and we filed timber. They didn't took all the RICO stuff off here. Why were they taking RICO off our stuff? Oh, and he didn't pay a fee. You know, I didn't even think about that. Because this hardly ever happens when you don't pay the fee. I did not think about that. He did not pay the fee and stop that shit anyway. Oh. Bam! I'm just going to leave that right there. It's time for a commercial break. This segment was brought to you by He Did Not Pay a Fee. Oh. Okay, so JBL contacted me yesterday, and they're interested in doing our partnership deal where they can be exposed to our audience. Yay! Oh, JBL. Okay, so I had speakers from. We're excited. I'm excited. Okay, but right now we need to stay focused, Coach. Okay, so we're back to this, and this is the same thing that I've kind of been talking about. So I'm just going to kind of scroll down through here so you guys can see uh, how nice this came out. Oh, so our counterclaim strategy is what everyone should be using, even if you don't, even if you didn't invest in my stuff. Okay, so anytime that they want to come and get in your face, the counterclaim strategy is the first thing that you want to. And I put out a new instructional video today. That's simple of all of this stuff, and we hardly need to use most of the stuff in the package. Come in with the counterclaim at the gate if they already have something filed against you. Counterclaim their ass, add their shit to it, and then that's a wrap. Even if you file something else in the case, it's a wrap because they can't respond to none of that stuff and then get your shit over here in federal court. Get it filed over there where it need to be. The counterclaim strategy crushes the state court process or any court process. In federal court, the counterclaim is for federal. Everything that we make is for federal court too. So what? People ask me, are you kidding me right now? Y'all need to stop doing the conventional check down where you check yourself down and out the back door. Okay, we do a check down, and then we bring the second shit to the table at the same time. We ain't going home with the same stuff we brought to stick in the face. The counterclaim strategy. And then you add that with the RICO. And so now you just not only did you jack the whole case, you RICO'd their whole case too before you got to the federal RICO. And then when you get to the federal RICO, you want to make sure you take a complete certified copy of the court docket sheet, the state court or whichever one that they couldn't answer to with you over there to prove that, remember, everybody's stuff is the same, to prove that you were violated last week and last month, okay, not 10 years ago. We're going to move that shit up to the present situation right now. The power is here. You just need to get it and learn how to use it. Thank you guys for the value of sharing my time. Get over to winningcourtnow.com and get what you need. Head over to YouTube channel and punch in Henry's thing there and see how, there's a couple of the videos where I'm actually coaching him while he's in there. And the last one, I was actually talking. I didn't know I was on the speakerphone. I thought I was in his ear. I didn't notice I could hear them better, but I did not know I was on speakerphone. And had 3 people trying to block him from placing a couple of things. And the third lady walked up and I could hear her raising her voice way over there. And so I said, "Who is that?" I said, "Henry, who is that lady with the big mouth?" Or who is that? Who is that lady talking all loud or something? And she said, "I'm Demetra." Oh, hey, Demetra. No, I only lost a second. I said, "Well, hello, Demetra. I'm Coach Neighbors, and I got a big mouth too." And then I started letting them know. Thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. Get over there and get that. Let's go.